I had it all planned. I was gonna apply, get in, learn everything I could about the music industry, intern at all the labels, graduate at the top of my class, and become the next Timbaland. What I didn't count on was my mother forbidding me from even applying.
Sit back and unwind. It's story time.
My mom had big dreams for my life, and it started with me going away to college to grow as a human, preferably an HBCU. Problem is, I wanted to go to Columbia College Chicago to pursue music business, which was only 20 minutes from home. The plan was definitely to stay on campus, but I guess it was too close to home. I never really got a clear answer as to why I couldn't apply, even though I tried to convince her dozens of times to let me.
Please, 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 please.
After losing every argument about it, at some point I just gave up on my dream and just applied wherever, because it didn't matter anymore because my future was ruined.
Life is over. Life is over.
Obviously it wasn't, but teenagers are dramatic. I applied to Morehouse because it was in Atlanta, close to family, and the application fee was free. The day I got accepted, my mother could already see my graduation as a Morehouse man. Sorry. The first semester was probably one of the darkest periods of my life. I was away from home at a school I did not choose, studying subjects I did not care about.
Why am I here?
Not to mention the fact that it's an all-male school and the all-female school next door was a fortress that could only be accessed in the daytime, once you presented your ID and acknowledged an appropriate reason why you were there. And if you were caught on campus after dark and tried to flee, they would shoot you with a rubber bullet.
It's not worth it.
So there I am, counting down the days until I can escape, all while my mother is doing everything she can to bribe me into liking the school. The closest I can get to studying music business is by double majoring in music and business administration, which, as you can imagine, was not going well.
Kill me!
My saving grace that year was my cousin Rico, who grew up in the suburbs of Atlanta and was a senior in high school at the time. Most of my weekends were spent with him and his group of friends, which gave me a slight sense of normalcy. Nevertheless, I went home at the end of that semester, depressed, 40 pounds heavier. At some point during this break, my cousin mentioned that he was going to apply to Columbia for music composition. Huh? I asked him what his mom and dad thought about it, and they were cool with it.
I made it to the escape pod.
It was at that moment that the flame of my goal was reignited and the plan was instantly set. I'm about to break out of Morehouse College. As soon as I got back to school, I went online and submitted my application. Found out that I only needed one core math class to graduate from Columbia, so I immediately dropped the calculus class I wouldn't need. I put myself on a weird diet and started doing tons of cardio, and I purposefully ditched the non-credit course that was required to graduate from Morehouse, yet wouldn't appear on my transcript. Once I got into Columbia, I mapped out my major and the classes I would need to graduate in 4 years, picked out my dorm, and was fully prepared to apply for student loans in case my mom disowned me. Of course she didn't, but there was no telling at the time since she was so happy for her Morehouse man that she spent upwards of $400 on paraphernalia during my orientation week. My aunts all still have their Morehouse aunt shirts, and I've yet been successful in confiscating the Morehouse mom jeans that she still wears 16 years later.
And you never will.
Nevertheless, I got all of my ducks in a row, and when I got back home after second semester, 50 pounds lighter I might add, I revealed what I had done. She already knew from her bi-monthly trips from Chicago to Morehouse that I was severely unhappy that entire year and that I hadn't let go of my dream. Apparently this year of depression was enough to sway her into letting me go to Columbia, where I thrived and graduated with honors. Got my first paying gig in the music industry 3 months after finishing my degree, and 12 years later, I'm still here, utilizing the degree I almost didn't get.
I win, you lose, I win, you lose, I win, you lose.